Happy day to the eager learners. I'm Dr. Shobha Edward, Principal, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science, here to present on quartiles with regard to continuous series. So when it comes to continuous series, we know we would be having class intervals and the frequency. So with the class interval of 0 to 10, our frequency is 2. So, in this class interval, our frequency is 2. In this class interval, the frequency is 18 and so on. So, we are expected to find the quartiles. So, quartiles are similar to our median. So, how we calculate median? Similar way we would calculate the quartiles. So, first we take the class intervals and the frequency. What we have to do next is the cumulative frequency. So when we put the cumulative frequency, we write the first frequency as it is 2, followed by the next cumulative frequency is by adding 18 to it. 2 plus 18 is 20. Then 20 plus 30 is 50. Then 50 plus 45 is 95. 95 plus 35 is 130. 130 plus 20, 150. 150 plus 6, 156. 156 plus 3, 159. So, once we put the cumulative frequency, we can proceed to the formula. And one more thing to bear in mind, our class interval should be in ascending order. So, we should have arranged them in ascending order. Since it is already in ascending order, we have taken it as it is in this question. So now the frequency is there. We have written the cumulative frequency. So from the cumulative frequency, we move on to the formula. Our formula for the quartiles. The question goes as find the quartiles. So find the quartiles means we are going to find Q1, Q2 and Q3. So, while finding the 3 quartiles, this is how our formula goes. Q1 is nothing but L plus N by 4 minus CF by F into I. Same way, Q2 is L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into I. And Q3 is 3L plus 3N by 4 minus CF by F into I. So now, for Q1, we first have to find out N by 4. For Q1, we have to find out N by 4. So, going back to the question, N is 159. So, when it is N by 4, 159 by 4, you would get the value as 39.75. So, when you place your value, it is going to be here. It's going to be in between these values. So, between this 20 and 50. So, you draw a straight line, you take it down, down, and on the next line, the class interval that is there is the class interval for Q1. The class interval for the first quartile. So, when we take this as the class interval, L is 20. The lower limit of that class interval is 20. And N by 4 minus CF. CF is the frequency in the cumulative frequency in the previous line. We drew the line here. The cumulative frequency in the previous line is our CF. And our frequency F is going to be the value in the, that is adjacent to the class interval chosen. So 30 is our F. So going to the formula, N by 2, L plus N by 2 minus CF 20 by 30 into the class size. The class size is 10. So when the class size is 10, I is 10. So here we are going to solve it. We are going to subtract the 2 divided, subtracting the 2 we get 19.75. Then we are going to divide it by 30 and we are going to multiply it by 10. So it is 20 plus 6.58, which comes to 26.58. This is with regard to Q1. Similarly for Q2, we are going to do n by 2. So it's 159 by 2, which is 79.5. So 79.5 we are going to pick out over here. So it comes over here, over here. So the class interval after that is 30 to 40. So L is 30, previous CF is 50 and the frequency relating to it is 45. Class size is 10. So we are going to substitute over here 30 plus n by 2 minus CF 50 by the frequency 45 into the class size I, which is 10. So on subtracting, you get 29.5 by 45 into 10. So this is solved, you get 6.56. 30 plus 6.56 is 36.56. So Q2 is the second quartile and that is 36.56. Now going on to Q3. Q3 is L plus 3n by 4 minus CF by F into I. So first we have to find out 3n by 4. 3n by 4 is 3 into 159 by 4. So that is 3 into 39.75. So that comes to 119.25. So we are going to mark it over here. 119.25 comes here. So the line next to it, that is after it, is 40 to 50. That class interval is chosen and 40 is the value of L. Then the value before the line is 95, the CF, and the frequency pertaining to the class interval chosen is 35. Class size is 10. So going back to the formula, it is 40 plus n 3n by 4, 119.25 minus 95 by 35 into 10. So it is 40 plus 6.93, which comes to 46.93. So we have found the first quartile, the second quartile and the third quartile. So this is for your quartiles. So now the first quartile of the following data is given as 21.5. So the class intervals are given to us, the frequency is given to us and the first quartile, that is Q1, is given to us. So now we are expected to find the missing frequency. So when you find the missing frequency, let us take the missing frequency as X and let us take it as 24 plus X. So that plus 90 the CF, 114 plus X, again CF plus 122, so 234 plus X. Now this plus 115 minus X, so 351, 56. So you added 407, add 20, 427, add 33, 460. So the total frequency 460 is, because the total is already given to you. So this total you arrive at by taking this as X. It is taken for granted the missing value is 115 minus X. So that's how you proceed. Now, that is what we have just done has been explained. Let the frequency of the class 15 to 20 be taken as X and the class interval 30 to 35 is taken as 115 minus X. Now we finish putting the cumulative frequency. That is, we write the first value, we add the next value, add the next value, add the next, add the next, add the next, add the next, and so on. This is how we put our cumulative frequency. Going to Q1, because they've given us in the question Q1 is 21.5. So we are taking the formula of Q1. Q1 is equal to L plus N by 4 minus CF by F into I. So Q1, the value that's given 21.5 is equal to L. L is, we should first find out N by 4. 460 by 4 is 115. So when you draw the line 115, it is going to be over here, because 114 plus x, whether it is 1 or 2, whatever it is, the line would be here. So 115 is drawn here. You take it across. The next class interval 20 to 25 is taken as the class interval for Q1. So L is 20 plus N by 4, which is 150, minus CF. So before this line, our CF is 24 plus X. So this is our CF by F. That is the frequency pertaining to the class interval that was chosen, 90. And the class size is 5. So having substituted these values, we are solving this part and we arrive at the value of X. The missing value X is found out to be 64. So once 64 is found out, we know 30 to 35 is 115 minus 64. The frequency is 51. So the frequency is found out for this, and this is 64. The X value 64. So the question asks us, find the mode. So having found out the missing frequency, we can proceed to find the mode. So here your frequency is 64 and here your frequency is 51. The formula for mode, which we've already learned, L plus F minus F1 by 2F minus F1 minus F2 into I. So your modal class, the class interval with the maximum frequency. The class interval with the maximum frequency is 122. So this is taken as the modal class. 25 to 30 is the modal class. So 25 is your L plus the frequency of the modal class 122 minus the previous frequency, which is F1, and the next frequency, which is F2, which is 51. So 122 minus 90 divided by 2F, 2 into 122, which is 244, minus F190 plus 51. So, and to I, the size of the class interval is 5. Having solved this, we arrive at our answer of mode as 26.55. So this is with regard to the calculation of mode after finding the missing frequency given the value of the first quartile. So there is one more situation where we find the median and the quartiles. Median is nothing but the second quartile. And here our class intervals are given as below 50, above 90. So it is an open-end class interval. All we have to do is first to close the class intervals. So first we will close the class intervals. Below 50 is written as 40 to 50. Above 90 is written as 90 to 100. And our question asked us to find out the median and quartiles. And our Q2 is nothing but our median. Median is the middlemost value. So to find the middlemost value, we will be doing n plus n by 2th item. So first, before going on to the median, we will finish our quartiles. Q1. Q1 is n by 4. You find n by 4 first. So after finding n by 4, we can go and find out L. N by 4, 107 by 4, which is 26.75. So 26.75 lies before this. So the class after that is 40 to 50. So L is 40. 40 plus N by 4, 107 by 4 minus CF. So before this line there is no CF. So our CF is 0 by the frequency pertaining to the class interval selected is 35. So by 35 into the class size which is 10. So having solved this, we arrive at our answer 47.64 for Q1. Now for Q3, Q3 is nothing but L plus 3N by 4 minus CF by F into I. First we will do 3N by 4. 3N by 4 is 3 into 26.75 which is 80.25. 80.25 will lie between 80 and 98 over here. So we draw the line across and choose the class interval after that. So 70 is L. L is 70. 3N by 4 minus CF. So before our line 80. That is CF. By F. The frequency pertaining to the value given is RF into the class size which is 10. So having substituted these values, we multiply 3 into 107, then divide by 4, we get it as 80.25. Subtract the CF and then divide by 18, the frequency, then multiply by the class size I. So you get 0.14 added to L which is 70.14. So Q3 is arrived at by solving the values which are substituted. Now the median for the same question is L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into I. And the value of the median is actually taken as the value of Q2. So that is why Q2 is just written without a calculation which is done, because median is equal to Q2. Now going on to the median, N by 2 is first found out. N by 2 is 53.5. 107 by 2 which is 53.5. So we draw a line across. So we draw a line across and the value next to it is 50 to 60. So L is 50. So 50 plus N by 2 minus CF, the CF before the line, that is 35, divided by F, the frequency pertaining to the median class which is 24, into the class size which is 10. So 107 by 2 is 53.5 minus 35 which is 18.5 divided by 24 into 10. So that comes to 7.71. Added to 50, the L, you get 57.71 which is the median, and this 57.71 is also taken as the value of Q2. So our question asked us for the median and the three quartiles, that is Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q1, Q2 is taken, Q2 is taken from median, Q1 is found out, Q3 is found out. Median is also found out. So this is with regard to the quartiles and they are similar to the median. So for a recap of the formula, Q1 is size of N by 4th item in a continuous series, and then we have the formula L plus N by 4 minus CF by F into I. Same way, Q3 is the size of 3N by 4th item in case of continuous series, and we apply the formula L plus 3N by 4 minus CF by F into I. So this is the formula for quartiles in case of continuous series. Similarly for deciles, D4 for continuous series is size of 4N by 10th item, 4 for D4 and 10 for decile. Then the formula L plus 4N by 10 minus CF by F into I. Same way P60 is size of 60N by 100th item in a continuous series, 60 for P60 and 100 for percentile. So size of 60N by 100th item in continuous series. So P60 is equal to L plus 60N by 100 minus CF by F into I. So this is with regard to quartiles, deciles, percentiles in continuous series. So thank you and have happy and smart learning. Thank you.